What up traders, what up investors, Ken here from Dyslexic Investor, and thank you for tuning in for another fantastic video. Today we're going to be looking at Microsoft and some very unusual options activity. I want to do a quick shout out to Peter. He's the one who brought it to my attention on our live stream this afternoon. So thank you, Peter, for bringing this video to everyone here. That being said, quick overview in the market. It was kind of a very much of a bearish close into the market. A lot of people were selling. A lot of people were kind of running for the fences. A lot of people were freaking out. People were screaming, running around, a bloodbath, as some may describe it as. I just call it a normal Monday. With this, again, very strong correction to the downside, kind of coming in exactly to that 21 EMA here on the Microsoft chart here on the daily side. As just a quick little recap, you can see that here on SPY as well, coming right down to that 21 EMA, really solidifying that potentially a short-term mark on the bottom. Again, with Microsoft, this is going to be a very volatile stock due to the next-gen consoles and the smorgasbord of other things regarding of Microsoft. The TikTok stuff that really kind of came out and about with them, and yeah, Microsoft's been in the news a lot more than it has back in the 90s and early 2000s, really. 2000s was like next to nothing for Microsoft. With this being said here, we're seeing the swing high to swing low. We're hitting that key level at around that 220, not being able to really get above it, really hitting that wall of worry slash resistance at $225 here, not being able to break through it. Of course, we have earnings coming up next week on the 27th, so not too far off, not too far. That being said, the options market really was quite a smorgasbord of activity. We had multiple contracts between October, November, at multiple different strike prices by 20,120 contracts on each of those lots. So that's pretty strange, right? Like that's going to be, this could maybe be a call spread, but this, I'm not sure what this is over here. Again, full disclosure, we have no notions, no idea on what this trader is particularly playing on or doing. So there's different strategies we can go about this and kind of look at Microsoft as a whole to kind of justify and see on what could be going on. That being said, we're going to be swinging over the old Tastyworks here. This is, again, affiliate down below if you want to be looking into Tastyworks to kind of see on trading like a professional. I love using Tastyworks. It's a fantastic software for trading and not just options, but also other various stocks. And again, they're very capable of doing so many different things. If you're interested, definitely check out the affiliate link below. And as of right now, they're doing a fantastic offer where it's 10 options or 100 shares on us if you open up or fund your account for over $2,000. So definitely click on that affiliate link if you're interested at all. Again, let's go back to your regular programming here. So looking here at Microsoft, we're going to be looking at these different strike prices and volume here, or the expirations. So we're going to be looking here on the 30th of October. So just slide on down here. Going to be after earnings. So they're looking for the 135. So that's right outside the money. So they potentially could be selling this. You can see the amount of open interest there. So they could be selling this premium, creating a basically lack of liquidity for the next two options that we're going to be looking at here. So we're going to close that tab. That's already closed for potentially, we're going to be playing this option strategy depending on what they could be doing. They could be a counter spread where you're selling the front month call and then you're buying the back month. It could be multiple different things. So then we're going to go all the way up to November 6th. So just a week later, they're buying the 135 there as well. So they're going to be doing that. And so we can kind of justify that. You can kind of see that the buying power effective is not that substantial, but of course they're wrapping it up to around 20,000. That can be wrapped up really quick. So a little over $1 million. Sorry, I did 12. My bad. Then we add a 0 on there. There we go. So about 1.6 million-ish, if that would work out like that on depending on what their margin requirements are. Again, we also have the 25 call here as well at the same amount. So that's going to be a $9 million play. So how does that look on once we do to the analyze tab? Basically, it's like a again, we could be this because this could be a call spread up here. Not 100% sure. We're looking at what this could be. Looking for that again, very high potential upside. Selling the front month and potentially going long. Again, they could be going long all the calls in the world. We're just not sure of that to be in this case to really justify that. Because if they did go long all the calls, we have to reclose this and reopen that, and then we need to nix this guy and then buy. That would round it up to around 11 million with a very high theta decay because again, this is a very short-dated call and that's going to be kicking in. So on every single day, every tick of the day, they're losing $861,000 to the day because again, very short-dated options. Exactly not fully disclosed, of course, again, they don't have to on this very interesting options activity that we're seeing here. For some reason, I have a feeling that this is just going to be potentially selling this out here, really kind of cutting over on that theta decay, but still limiting to their high upside due to the amount of theta that is going through. There could be some kind of earnings announcement. Of course, there's going to be earnings announcement, but it could be something kind of another release of anything kind. This kind of would make somewhat sense to potentially place it like that. You don't really need the other call here, but again, something to be potentially capping that upside because that upside is literally limitless and just can go for days, just like myself. Anyways, that being said, that's going to be a very interesting play to kind of keep an eye on. So let's go ahead and head back to the chart here on the Thinkorswim line because again, the thing is kind of throwing me off here is because it's done on exact same time on all these markers here, and there was nothing on the put side. So they're definitely selling some kind of counter spread in the front month and then go into the a week later. This could literally just be an earnings play. It's very strange though. If you're the one who created that trade, please ping me and tell me what you're doing, please. That was a joke, but if you are, please tell me. Again, looking for some key takeaways here before I let you guys go. Microsoft coming down to the 21 EMA. Initial support is going to be coming in closer to around 212 to 210. If that doesn't hold, we're going to looking all the way down around 204. So for earnings itself, we're going to be looking for the 30th expiration. So we're looking for plus or minus a move of $13 where we're currently at. So that could take us all the way down to $200 where we're currently sitting at, which is kind of its previous kind of base since that overall sell-off that we had a couple weeks ago. So again, downside, potentially looking for 200. Upside before earnings is going to be looking for around that 230 price target, kind of lining up with the overall consensus that we're seeing with that options activity, looking for that 235 range within 2 weeks from now, basically a week after its previous earnings, could be a substantial move. And if this trend wants to continue and the 21 to really hold, really the 34 and 50 as well, we're continually looking for this upward momentum. You can see the parabolic SAR dots are helping the trend here, looking for that potential targets to break through 225. Again, then hitting that previous high and then really looking for that target in the nearsighted future to look around $243 to the upside. That being said, I have no predictions. I cannot predict where the market can be going. All I can give you is support and resistance lines, and then you have to act in your best interest on what is likely to happen in the sense of not predicting, but just of looking at previous support and resistance and seeing on how it handled at around those times. And of course, diluting the information that you get from the market and price and volume action. So that being said, Microsoft, I really do love it. So we can kind of zoom all the way out to the weekly side. It kind of gives you somewhat of a better picture. Let me go back to this chart and go to the weekly side to kind of give you a nice little slap shot of what we're looking at here. So that 204 is going to be very significant support. That's the 21 EMA on the weekly side. And of course, if we get a major sell-off or a larger correction in the overall market, especially the tech-heavy stocks, we're going to be looking for around 195. Then on that, we're going to be looking for some more support around 182. I'm not sure this is going to be happening. We have a one-day squeeze setting up for Microsoft on the weekly side. We've seen these squeezes before really fire higher going into earnings. So I think if this can consolidate here around this 5 and 8 moving averages, even to the lower prices around that 210 to 215, I think over the next coming weeks, this could easily build a very strong base with the overall market continues. Again, hindsight being 2020, We don't know what's going to be happening with the overall elections and if that's going to be creating a large smorgasbord of volatility with the clown show that we could be seeing. So that being said, I hopefully this was educational. If it hasn't, hit that dislike or the down thumbs button, whatever. If you did like it, you know how to do the complete opposite of that because you passed the first grade. That being said, thank you so much, guys, for watching. Catch you guys on the flip side. Peace.